Hi chess friends, today we are going to witness how Gukesh beats Magnus. Magnus plays with white, Gukesh is black. Magnus starts with d4, Gukesh plays knight f6, knight f3, d5, bishop g5, e6. This opening is called as Grunfeld reversed Tory attack. e3, c5. If d pawn takes c pawn, bishop can take c pawn with tempo. Magnus didn't want Gukesh bishop to develop with tempo, so knight b d2, knight c6, c3, bishop e7, frees black's knight at f6 from the pin and clears the way for kingside castle. Bishop d3, Magnus is also ready for castle. b6, knight e5, knight takes knight, d pawn takes knight, knight d7, attacks the e pawn, bishop f4, protects the pawn, bishop b7, Gukesh fianchetto his bishop to control the long diagonal, h4, if bishop takes h pawn, queen g4, attacks the bishop, g5, defends the bishop, rook takes bishop, exchange sacrifice, pawn takes rook, queen g7, which seems like unpleasant for black, but computer evaluation shows game is equal. Gukesh don't want any complications in the blitz game and played h5, stopping any advance of h pawn, knight f3, a6, a4, queen c7. Now Gukesh has the option to castle on both the sides. Rook h3, g6, king f1, bishop f8, b4. Magnus wants to open the b or c file for his rook. Slightly better is queen c2, bishop g7, rook b1, bishop c6, a5. Slightly better is rook g3, b pawn takes a5 pawn, b pawn takes c5 pawn. This move creates a passed pawn on the a file for black and has a extra pawn. Better is b pawn takes a pawn, knight takes c5 pawn, knight d4, bishop d7, bishop c2. Magnus not interested to exchange his bishop for knight. Bishop takes e5 pawn, rook f3. Slightly better is bishop takes bishop. Now Gukesh is up by 2 pawns. Bishop takes bishop, e pawn takes bishop, a4. Gukesh pushes the passed pawn, rook a1, rook b8, takes control of the open b file, king g1. Magnus manually castles his king, queen d6, queen e2, moving the queen in front of the king, king d8. It's good to move away the king from the e file. Better is castle on the king side. Both players forgot to castle in this game. c4, rook b4, attacks the c pawn, rook d1, rook takes c4 pawn. Gukesh is up by 3 pawns now. Bishop b1. Magnus' plan is to attack the e5 pawn with bishop a2, then rook d3, sacrifice bishop on e5 and pin queen and bishop to king. King c7 moves away from the d file. Bishop a2 attacks the rook. Rook b4, rook c3, pins black's knight to king. King b6, frees black's knight from the pin. Queen e3, protects the white's pawn at f4 and creates another pin. Rook c8, adding one more protector to the knight on c5. Rook d c1, adding one more attacker to the knight on c5. King b7, frees black's knight from the pin. Knight f3. Blunder by Magnus. Better is rook 3 c2. d4. Forks queen and rook. Knight takes d4 pawn. Magnus gives the knight instead of rook. Queen takes knight. Queen e1. Better is queen takes queen. Rook takes queen. Rook takes knight. Magnus can get back the knight. Back to the position. Queen e1. Knight d3. Forks queen and rook. Rook takes knight. Pause the video and find the best move played by Gukesh. After this move, Magnus resigns. Compliments on finding the move. The move is rook takes rook and Magnus resigns. The game would have continued as queen takes rook, queen takes rook. Gukesh is up by rook and 2 pawn. Back to the position. If rook takes queen with check. Rook takes rook. Gukesh is up by 2 rooks. So Magnus resigned. If you like the video, share, subscribe and like. Thank you. Now it's puzzle time. Wait to play and win. Post your solutions in the comment section.